Hello, English 405. Here I am again. We're going to write a few poems today. This week in class, we talked about Emily Dickinson some, and particularly about subverting expectations and the way that she might set up a line and then end the line in such a way as to where it is very surprising and very cool. What I want us to do is we're going to write a few poems, uh, and we're going to take some of the first lines of Emily Dickinson poems, and we are going to do our best job to subvert expectations. So, for instance, she says, "I heard a fly buzz when I died." Well, you and I are going to start with, "I heard a fly buzz." But now I'm gonna give us a couple minutes here and we'll finish off the poem. So, what we want to do, at least one of the things we want to try to do, is subvert expectations like with this. I heard a fly buzz. What don't you expect after that? And of course, you could say anything in the world, like, you could say, I don't expect to hear a frying pan made of lead. But that doesn't, if you say that, it somehow has to come back around and makes some sort of sense within the context of the poem. So my point is it's got to subvert expectations without being so random that we miss the point of the idea here. The idea is to take something and twist it, not just to take something and add something completely different to it, if that makes sense. We're going to start with, "I heard a fly buzz," and then y'all say what you want to say and write the poem out. And you can either write the poem out like Emily Dickinson might write a poem, or you can write it your own way. It doesn't matter to me. Let's take a couple minutes to do that. We're going to do 4 poems total. And when I say go, we're going to start writing, and we're not going to think about it, right? We're just going to write. All right? Emily Dickinson's line is, "I heard a fly buzz when I died." We're beginning. I heard a fly buzz. Go. Hold on just a second. I'll tell Stella to be quiet. Ugh. Hey, Stella, could you? It's way too loud. You can go down. All right, it's fine. Just turn it down. Keep writing. I'm gonna keep writing. Okay, people, that's something. Excuse me. I noticed with my poem that I started with, I heard a fly buzz, and then I wrote in my gut, which is fine, whatever. But then the poem immediately strayed from whatever was going on there to something completely different. And it just reminded me, people, these prompts that I'm giving you, right? Obviously, they either work or they don't. The point is that you're writing and enjoying what you're doing, writing a poem. I don't care exactly how or where it goes. I wrote, I heard a fly buzz in my gut, like a tomb of light it came. I felt something heavy trapped under me, but it turned out it wasn't heavy at all. It was my brother. And man, did I love my brother. More than a fly or a buzz or a gut. I loved my brother like a famous American poet loves white. The more you think about it, it's more. The more you think about it, the more startling it becomes. It's like noticing your life for the first time, only to find out it's not yours. Uh, well, it's a poem, people. That's the point. Um, and so let's try this again. Let's try one of my favorite ones of Emily Dickinson. One of the coolest lines. My life had stood a loaded gun. So we're going to start with my life had stood, and we are going to take it from there, people. And again, remember, this goes wherever you want it to go. It doesn't have so much to do with Emily Dickinson as it does to do with you writing poems and doing what you want to do. My life had stood. Mark, get set, go. Okay, people. Sorry. Oh man, I bet you just love watching me write. I love it too. I wrote, my life had stood like some dull book standing in the rain. My hardback cover got all watery, and my pages crept ever closer to each other like continents moving across the ocean. Oh man, Pangea. The way I imagine it is like a pie. Here's a piece, and here's a piece, and there's a piece, and the next thing you know, there's just one lonely piece and a tin pie pan sitting beneath it. Have you ever sat beneath something? I did once. It was heaven the way I felt sheltered from my parents above. Oh my God, that kind of turns a little something with my parents there. Um, let's do another, people. This one's going to be I Felt a Funeral. She, of course, does I Felt a Funeral in my brain. Ours is going to begin I felt a funeral and go. Okay, people. Ready for this one? Mine is, here we go. I felt a funeral in the airplane because we were all dead when we started. Because we started with the crash, but then we all came back to life as time reversed and the plane pulled itself back together, and the people pieces all fell back into full people shapes, and the plane quickly flew backward up into the sky. If you remember right, and I don't, then you don't remember it right at all. One more, people. One more. Ready? We'll make this one quick. It was not death. Her line is, it was not death, for I stood up. Ours is, it was not death. Okay, so here's mine, people. It was not Death, it was Pickle Rick. And it wasn't just him, but it was also Pickle Me and Pickle You and Pickle Earth. I know all of this only in retrospect, but at the time the situation had already been thrown into action, and there could be no stopping it now. Oh God, I screamed, wildly staring at myself in the mirror. Don't do that, said Pickle Rick. Don't do that, or I'll have to say goodbye to all jars full of briny water. Briny water, I'm thinking. If it's pickled in the salt, I don't know. That's what I think, something in jars. Hey, people. That's 4 poems for you off Emily Dickinson poems. Y'all take care. Get those into me with 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 of your own other poems that you're writing on your own. Get those into me tomorrow, and I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye bye.